get started then. Okay, it's 6:02. Call the meeting to order. Everybody's present. Public comment before we get started.
Got a quorum?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yes, we have.
Perfect.
Any public comment before we get started? Otherwise, I would assume that everybody's here for something on the agenda tonight, right? All right. Let's look at approval of the minutes for April 8th.
I didn't see anything. I would make a motion to approve the minutes of April 8th if nobody else has any additions or corrections.
No, I didn't see anything else.
Okay, we got a motion by Dan, a second by Patty to approve April 8th minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Storage unlimited site plan adjustment request for Ranger Road site, 1335 Ranger Road. Do we have anybody here for that? All right.
It was the first building that was to be built.
Okay.
You guys want retail in there, and so I just wanted to place it over closer to the driveway and for easier access for utilities.
Okay. So if remind me if I'm, or correct me if I'm wrong, the first building that we wanted the retail in would be the corner building, correct?
Yeah.
And then at that time, were we talking about the driveway being off of Ranger? Like the entrance
the driveway's on Ranger, yeah.
Okay. So you want the
Instead of the northwest corner, I want to do the north, or the southwest corner, I want to do the southeast corner.
okay. Is there a driveway off of 13?
No.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is.
There, the concrete. I mean, there's an approach there. It hasn't been used yet, but there is.
Where the sign is at, down in that, real close to where that sign is at.
I didn't know if I didn't think we had an approved entrance for that.
You know, I don't know if
Positive there's one there.
There is, and I would say based on the GIS, I would say it's probably grandfathered because it looks like it's concrete.
Well, yeah, it was built when they put in the curb and gutter, so DOT did it.
Yeah.
It's probably a residential. I don't think it's a commercial driveway, but I bet you it'd be a minimum of a residential driveway.
Correct. I would agree.
do you remember how were those buildings set up there?
You have your map of the south.
No, we run them north-south though.
I can get mine.
Is this it? Well,
I believe so. Yes.
No, that's a different company. That's self-store.
Okay, just let me pull it up.
All right.
Can I ask what I guess I don't think we had any intention of using that driveway entrance on 13.
Yep.
I was just wondering how that might affect what you're thinking or what you're thinking about.
Yes. The reason I had asked that is because when I seen that we had the request, just pass that along, bad one here. I wasn't sure what building. I know the request was to move the retail from one building to another.
Okay.
And I think the ordinance says that the building facing the road,
The
or the
busiest
building
road, or the.
closest to the entrance, closest to
I
the.
thought it was
The spirit of it is to make sure that the building that's out in front
right.
Right.
facing
has the most
highest level
curb
of
appeal. And that's why we had the 25%
traffic.
mixed multi-use, right? And so if you make that switch to that corner further down Ranger, you're hiding that building behind the other ones that are eventually going to be there. It doesn't really jive with the spirit of what why that change was implemented.
there you go.
And I'm trying to find that exactly.
You want me to read?
That's right. That's why we did it. Did you find it,
Yes.
Laura?
The first unit built will be located closest to the road with the most visibility and contain at least 25% multi-use space.
And that, Adam, what you're saying is exactly why it was worded that way. So
Which would
that,
be the entrance right here.
So does that change where you put his entrance? As long as that building faces 13, you're saying the entrance can be anywhere?
Well, but the entrance would be on Ranger, not on 13.
right, but the ordinance isn't about the entrance, it's about
The
the,
building,
the
right.
first place of
Can you
placement
reread
of
that?
the building.
It says the first unit built will be located closest to the road with the most visibility and contain at least 25% multi-use space.
And that was, so the reason I asked about the driveway off of 13, because I wasn't sure which building, there was 8 buildings.
Currently, I think we have 4, but yeah, we hope to do 8 eventually.
So I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like one of the back buildings, because if it was like say the building on the northwest corner of the lot,
Yeah,
that would still meet our criteria because it'd be facing the road and you'd have the entrance off of 13.
okay.
You know what I mean? But I also see, like, if they use the driveway they've been using off of Ranger, the first building they would come to would be that southeast building off of Ranger.
And I can see the difficulty in doing the corner one because it's the placement of the pouch and the well. It's
Right.
gonna be very difficult.
And if you're utilizing the entrance off of Ranger to get onto this property and not using the one on 13 at all, then you would have to drive past 3 storage buildings to get to retail.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
If we use that corner building.
yeah,
So it almost,
which I don't know if this would complicate things even more. We actually, the owner didn't actually want to put storage in that front building, the one where it currently is. He actually wanted to do a nice retail building. But that was kind of like he wanted to keep the space for a future development, not even do storage there.
But
So
then that's not what his plan was, that was submitted.
We were, say that again?
But that would be changing the whole entire plan of what was submitted.
The original thing, yeah, so, if anything other than that, so that's why I mean, this actually only complicates things.
Can I ask a question? Where's all the utilities, all the plumbing and all the water coming from? Is it off Ranger or off of 13?
Neither,
Neither?
no, because
There's
we
no-
don't have
There's
any
no city
infrastructure.
water, there's no city
Right.
sewer, and there's
No.
gotta be gas lines running somewhere.
Well, the gas lines are probably running on both. They run along the highway and they'd
So
also.
for
run along-
electrical and all that, it really doesn't make a difference, but most likely, I would say you'd wanna come off 13 if you're gonna use Ranger Road for your main access, you're not driving over all that stuff. If you have any problems, then you gotta tear up your driveway, and you still could have the first building be the one on the southwest corner as his commercial building. Cause you can still see it from 13 and Ranger Road. Anything, you don't wanna have all your utilities going under your driveways.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
I guess I didn't,
Cause you gotta have a septic system, you gotta have water too, so I don't know, I didn't see the plan, but where's all that going?
You'd have to run some type of conduit. So we wouldn't freeze it.
Because you're gonna pack it down towards the front. That's why I figured if you're coming off 13 to the side of it, but then the back units would have to be, I assume you're going to a big substation and feeding all the units.
No,
No?
he wouldn't have to. He's not putting water and sewer and all
When I
that.
think of electrical, you're not gonna have each meter for each one.
no, there should be one
One
meter,
meter.
but
This is
usually
What-
it's just some
front.
exterior lights that it's, so it's not like a power draw.
No, but you still have, it's gonna be metered.
Yeah,
Can I ask what the current timeline is for you mentioned the doing 4 buildings, hopefully 8 someday, but 4 is kind of what it sounded like maybe the
Yeah.
initial phases. What's the timeline for those 4 buildings as currently planned or proposed? Tough to say.
I mean, let's say we got approval today, I would say 1 per year, if not sooner.
And are you gonna have a construction driveway?
Like,
We got a long agenda tonight, and
Just a main driveway.
I'm gonna,
Just the main, yeah, it's right there on Main.
I don't know that we should waver from what we put in the, I mean, we created that for a reason. The goal of this body, I think that was put in before I even got here, but we knew that the volume of potential storage units coming, you wanted to make sure that they weren't just plain boring buildings everywhere you look, especially on our main corridor, our main visibility corridor through the town. I think I think we ought to stay with what we've got, unless you could maybe say, okay, put 25% retail in that back corner on Ranger, predicated on a commitment that when that front corner on 13 gets built, it has at least 25% as well. Something like that. Otherwise, I don't think we even should entertain. I don't know. I love making accommodations, but
Right.
why do we even do it in the first place if we're not going to stick to it?
I believe at one of the discussions when this was brought, that we had discussed that the building closest to the road was going to be the first building to be built, and then you were going to work your way backwards just so that we weren't looking at an open space for several more years. I think that was one of the, I don't know if that's reflected in the minutes or not, but I do recall that. Did anybody else recall that?
Yeah.
That we mentioned that, the building closest to the road, and it sounds like you're not sure what you're doing, or your person of interest that's going to be using this isn't clear on what he wants to use that first building for at this point, correct?
Like the retail space, no, we have no idea if we use that. That's what you're referring to.
No, what your plans were for the very first building that's adjacent to the state highway.
Well, originally he wanted to do some big thing for the furniture store that we had, but that has now been shut down. So it'd be, yeah, I guess that idea kind of fizzled out. And he did want to keep it for retail, but he didn't know for what.
I guess my thoughts on the issue mirror yours, Adam. We put a lot of time and effort into that zoning ordinance and came up with those plans for a reason. And if we do it for one, then do we have to do it for the next? And it just becomes a snowball. So I'm not in favor.
And I know why we used the southwest building, because that was the one you could see the most of, right? And I would like to see that retail section of that building be out on the 13 side instead of the Ranger side. But I also, if we're not using the entrance off of 13, the first building they pull into the driveway could be retail. And that is according to the verbiage, the building closest to the road, which would be
Closest to the road with the most visibility.
With the most
It doesn't have to do anything with where the driveway's located or where you pull in or how I don't think that was the spirit of it all. I think it was, you want the people driving through our town to see more than just a metal boring storage building on these prime visibility spots. I think that's, I understand from a functionality standpoint, pulling in the driveway and having, if you're going to have the most foot traffic and people coming into that retail space, I get it. That's how I would want it to be as a business too. But maybe then you put some retail in both. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If the question on the table is, are we going to allow them to put 25% retail in that southeast corner instead of the southwest corner, and let them build that southeast corner first instead of the southwest corner? I don't see how that aligns with the spirit of what we got in these requirements.
And I agree with you, Adam, but backing up, the reason for the retail 25% is because at several public meetings, 3 years ago, back even further than that, the public was just, how many more storage buildings are we going to have along our corridor as we're turning into just nothing but storage units, which you guys are all business owners, we understand that, but from face value of our town, we're just trying to get some other businesses in our town also, or at least make it the facade look like it's more appealing to passerbyers. So that stems from some public meetings we had. So it's not anything that's intentionally put in there to punish a developer for having to do that. It's just specifically for the aura of our township.
Yeah.
And so that's where that comes from.
If the entrance is grandfathered off of 13, the retail would still be the first building they came to would still be that building on the southwest corner.
If that was actually a usable thing, which I guess I'm assuming that would have to be state approved with it being a state highway.
Well, it was approved at one time because the curb is cut, you know,
Yeah.
But it
it's
might have
there.
been approved for residential use, not for
Oh, I
commercial.
see.
Well, I have no idea without getting out there and measuring the entrance, but I would assume that the driveway is a residential sized driveway,
Looks
not
like
a 60-foot entrance on a commercial.
Can you tell how big that driveway is? Go to the north.
But I don't think, probably the furniture store doesn't have any larger entrance way across the street than.
But just, if you hear that,
What size are they?
it is a little bit
Are they about the same
to that
size?
entrance there.
No, it's bigger.
Here in the GIS, there's a measure tool.
Okay,
You can
that
run
one
the
is
measurement.
bigger.
I tried to use that once.
Yeah. It's
Commercial there.
at least a third bigger, isn't it?
You can't say that.
So it sounds like, I mean, as a plan commission, it sounds like we would not recommend an adjustment at this point to the site plan.
Yeah, do you need a motion for that?
Yes, I would need a motion for that.
Yeah, any other discussion before we?
I would make a motion to deny the request.
All right, we got a motion by Dan to deny the site plan adjustment request for Ranger Road.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Dan, second by Rob. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Item number 6, camping on private properties, Heart of Wisconsin, 939 Ranger Road, parcel 1800-114. So I've received phone calls from 2 different residents regarding camping that happened on that site last year.
Yes.
And it wasn't just like an overnight camping for an event. It was like what I was told long-term camping.
Okay, I reached out to the owner of the gun club, or the president of the gun club, and I believe he's here in attendance.
Yeah, I believe he is.
And so you can talk to him if you like.
All right.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
I brought some information. I don't know what the procedures are. I have a letter from, I don't know who would want it first, from Saratoga Cranberries, which is a neighbor of ours, and from Mary Brockman, which lives right across the street. And I have a picture of our storage shed out there, which we took a building permit out for in the mid-80s. So then we have electrical, it was inspected, and we had camper hookups on that shed.
Yep.
So I'd like to pass that
Uh,
on.
is it true that there was
No,
full-time camping there
No.
last year?
not long
Was the
term.
camper set there just for like weekend type
They were there
things
for like 3 days.
and never moved? Okay, that what somebody's claiming for a year that was there for 3 days.
We have a trailer there that we shoot 5-stand out of.
Was the trailer looking like a camper?
It looks like a 30-foot trailer. But it's not a camper, it's a trailer that we shoot 5-stand out of. Enclosed.
Like a construction type trailer or?
Yeah, it doesn't have any window, only windows are on the backside that you lift out and shoot out of. So we have heat in it for the winter time when.
Is that what somebody's assuming was a
I
camper?
can't tell you because I didn't talk to this person. You'll have to ask Dan. He talked to the complainant, if you would say.
Okay.
Josh, you took the complaints?
Yes.
I thought you said Dan.
No, I took the complaints and I'm not exactly sure where the one that complained the most, where he lives according to this. And I wasn't told a date, like the amount of days it was there. I was just told long-term in excess of a month.
No.
So,
We have people that use our facility for like the water ski show where they want to stay together we don't have sewer hookup, water hookup. We just have power and they donate money to our facility for the use of that.
And you probably have people coming in for a weekend shoot or something like that.
Yeah,
That may have a camper.
From before the
Motor home
'70s, they
or
would
whatever.
come and stay at a shoot for a couple nights. So this has been going on for 50 years. It's because I said when we took out that building permit, they put 30 amp hookups on there back then, which was the premium hookups.
Yeah.
Right, Carl?
Back in the day.
Well, didn't we have something that, is there something about that?
Yes, private property, they can spend, 4 days or 5 days,
I think it's 5 days.
5 days.
5 days without a permit, correct?
Right. Yeah. So I wasn't sure. I know I go by there almost every day and I didn't see any issue. And this is personal, so I don't like guns, but every time that they have a cookout there, I stop and I buy a brat and everybody's really happy. They park on the very sides of the road. I've never seen camping there, to be honest. But in talking to the gentleman, he does say that there were people that stayed for a couple of days because of the ski show in correlation with their annual shooting event.
Yeah, 'cause
And
we hold an SCTP shoot in conjunction with the home grounds or the WTA.
Mhm.
So we have 500 kids shooting there a day or in a 3-day period.
Right.
So we'll throw 100,000 targets out of there
Mhm.
in that.
And I
3-day period.
have seen campers there, like set up for that weekend. You
Yeah,
know?
they may have, yeah.
Right.
So, but it's just a convenience and I don't know how to word a lot of stuff, but it's good for the community that we work with out of area people to work with them to say, here, you can stay here for a few days if all the campsites are full, and they're more than welcome. And they're real
these are the people
glad
do
that
the
there's
brats.
a place
Yeah.
that's
And this
alternative.
one,
We have to
maybe
drive
not
40
there.
miles to go find a campsite.
They're just private.
So
And that was one of
there's
the comments during the conversation I had with one of the residents that called. Was, we have
they
campgrounds.
camp right over here.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do they have
But-
to camp there?
But they
you-
only stay there for
You
3
know the
days.
water
I
ski
don't
show,
remember seeing
Yep.
them.
Northwood is full.
Right.
So I go past.
It
quite
doesn't
a bit.
take long on that weekend to fill a.
Riverside or Fireside is usually full year round already, so
Yeah, they're pretty much
booked.
booked. I mean, they're
What-
on a year basis.
Yeah.
When I looked at the street, because I drove by after the complaint, I only seen the one house that sells the brats when they have the. But I did notice there was another mailbox with a long driveway, and I never even knew there was a house there. But there's only 2 properties that are even close by there, so I don't know.
So
Yeah, because we own 160 acres.
Mary is Mary right across the street.
Mary, they own the property to our west and behind us. That's Saratoga Cranberries.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking Mary Brockman.
Yes.
I was thinking of Mary,
Yep.
Liz and Bob's daughter.
Mhm.
She was the other one.
Mary Brockman must live right across the street from
That
where
is
the
the one.
clubhouse is.
Back in
Yeah.
the woods.
Yeah, that's where Bruce Brockman, and he was a founding member of the club.
Okay.
Are the letters from those 2 individuals just positive in support? Are they just to say how good things are? And
Yeah, both Mary and Rayner. He'll.
Yes,
Well, Rayner is the grandson of Bruce. He inherited the property,
Okay.
but Mary lives there.
Okay. Mary Brockman and Rainer Wilhorn, and then a letter from Saratoga Cranberry also supporting it.
Just want to make sure the minutes reflect that they're letters in support of
Yes.
that were presented.
And I was gonna bring our 250 members, but I think you'd have room. So,
Well, if you would have called ahead, we could have made arrangements for enough chairs.
well, it's our league night.
Oh,
That's right, that's, you guys shoot on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons,
well,
That's why you scheduled this meeting, so I'm missing my shooting time.
no,
Sorry.
I apologize for that. It's always this
Yeah,
Wednesday of the
it's
month.
always
So.
like our
we didn't
meetings
do
are
it
the
to-
third Tuesday, yours is the second Wednesday.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if we need to go too much farther with this. Camping permit is required after after 5 days.
for 5 days.
So if there was a camper that would ever stay there more than 5 days,
Like you said, the only thing they may be getting confused is our shooting thing for our fire stand.
I never thought of that.
and I'll drive by there. I don't go down Ranger very often, so
Well, you should start.
I guess I
Memberships
should.
are fairly inexpensive.
I'm not a very good shot either, so
Well, that's okay.
Do not get them.
we'll be able to go out and pick them all back up and throw them again after.
I save the club money.
They serve beer.
Oh yeah, that'll help
But yeah, like I said, we've been there for 76 years and we never had any complaints. We're very good stewards of the community. We
Right.
help a lot of organizations and everything else.
You can take those back.
Do you still have the, I don't know what you'd call it, the bow range down along the creek?
No, we haven't had that ever since I've been there. And I've been a member since like 92. I've been president way too long, probably about 16 years now. So,
Cause I used to ride my bicycle down through that.
yeah, those three parcels are still open to the public because they're in the NFL. So, but we got a little trail and I see there's a lady that rides her horse down there. So,
Yeah, I'll move these.
I pretty much grew up on that thing,
okay.
back in the woods along the 5 Mile Creek.
Yeah, they had I don't know if they had a rifle or pistol range, but a lot of
Pistol rifle range down in the sand pit.
yeah,
down
they
there.
haven't had that since, well, a good 30 years now. So,
All right, I'll just reiterate. I mean, we've got 2 letters in support of current conditions or practice. Yeah. Anybody in the audience here to oppose what's going on? And if not, I don't see much reason to continue on with it.
Yep, it's not an action item,
Just reiterate that any camper parked in excess
Well,
of
I
5
said
days
if you-
with a permit.
can call the complainants and just explain they're
Right.
only there as a convenience for the people who want to come and spend time in our community.
Right.
And then the other thing is just the trailer that is part of the facility
Permits are no charge,
permits.
the camping permit. Just need to register.
And then what is that? I don't know.
It's just,
Basically,
it's just,
information.
yeah, it's just information that we ascertain in case something would happen.
So you're saying like,
If
if
some,
Carl wanted to come and camp there down the road from his house for 5 days, I would have to get a permit and have him. fill it
6
out and
days.
Bring it in.
Not 5, 6,
More than
more than 5.
Okay.
You could tell Carl to come down and get it. As long as somebody had it.
Yeah.
and the reason is for like ambulance, fire.
Okay, well, I'm thinking
Yes.
because with the home grounds, the WTA facility getting so popular, we may be an overflow and that's usually a week shoot.
Okay.
So I want to be in
Okay,
Ahead of the game.
ahead of the game in
Yep.
case someone says, oh, I want to stay, but we're going to stay for 7 days.
Right.
So I just want to be,
Yep.
up to code. So if I'll ask Carl or whoever.
Yep.
To get something, and as long as I say they fill it out, because we don't have any numbered spaces.
Right. You got 3 according to the picture of the side of the building.
Well, there we got a few more, but,
Right.
so. We
Ready?
updated.
Well, thank you for coming in and
Yeah, appreciate
have
your
a
time.
chat.
I'd rather be in compliance rather than someone complaining and not really knowing what's going on.
Yep, for sure. I appreciate that. It's 6:31. You still might be able to shoot a little bit today.
Well, I'll get there. If I had to stay.
No.
No, you don't have to
You're welcome to.
only if you brought the.
Lorelei, we've talked about that. I can't do that.
I'm getting ready for the those at rummage sale.
Okay,
I don't see any reason for any motion on that agenda item, so. Ready?
So as far as I know, we're good.
you're
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Ready?
Okay, Carl, let me know what else is there tonight.
What's behind your back?
Find it on YouTube.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. All right, item number 7. Proposal for outdoor storage on parcel 1800-316E. Eddie, Sonia, here in, how we doing?
We're doing good.
That's good. What's your proposal? See, we got a conditional use application, conditional use permit, some pictures. The highlighted red wooded area, it looks like you're proposing a clear cut of that. Is that what I understand? And then
Correct.
outdoor storage for
RVs, campers. We just don't have enough room. People seem to think that out of all our units, we can't build buildings fast enough, and a lot of people budget, especially with economy and everything else, people are looking for a place to find a place, and we never offered it. The nice thing is, what we're doing is coming down the driveway, we're literally putting another driveway in, coming down at the end of the building so that you don't have to worry about hitting buildings. I'm finding out that people that own RVs don't know how to drive them. And the nice thing is it's way in the back, and then the other area that's being cleared out will eventually be for more buildings. As time goes on. We're building 2 right now as we speak. Well, yeah, concrete's in.
so the existing entrance now, the one that's shared with the other 2 buildings to the right or to the north,
The easement.
you're just
Basically-
extending that?
We're taking the easement, you come straight down, and then the buildings are in the back. We're putting another driveway abutting up to that.
We have the driveway. So you come in the easement and then you go all the way down to you make a left, which is on the back side of where our last unit is. We've got the driveway there. We want to widen that driveway, take that all the way down to the left then, so where the lot line is, and then we want to clear that out. And that back corner there is where we want to do the RV parking and stuff.
And the reason for the driveway being bigger is because with the building, if cars were alongside putting stuff in their unit, they wouldn't have enough swing turn to make their room. Plus, we find out with plowing after that 20-inch snowfall, it was brutal.
And that last ice storm, we had a couple of branches come down that were quite close to the building there.
I had enough of that.
And I'm tired of trying to clean the gutters.
Through this way.
Do you have like square footage or anything of that proposed clear?
Next day.
250 by 250.
Ah, there it is right there. I gotta look at the whole thing. Right there.
I'm leaving 80 feet in between the rows so that people can back in, so it's the reason why I'm going bigger. If you only got 60 feet for an RV, it's not enough.
Yeah. Really?
I don't have my copies, I can call that to give to you guys, but what I'm wondering, is this all fenced in?
No,
Will it be fenced in for
No.
protection of this?
there's no reason to, because it would have to, how would you literally have to fence around the trees? If
The-
people want to-
What about for security for the people who are parking their units there?
They'll lock them. We have cameras, we have,
I have, I guess,
Ours ain't locked. There's no gate, no nothing.
Yeah, Carl, you guys
don't get
have
me wrong, we will have cameras
the
in
whole
the area, because I want to make
I
sure
mean,
that
we've got cameras on
Okay.
property and stuff like that, but
they have to maintain their own insurances and everything. And as long as your customers drop them off and pick them up, you're okay.
Yeah.
But if you move them, you have to have a storage license.
Correct.
That's a state.
Yeah, we're not moving them, we're,
So if you don't touch them, you're okay.
I have no intentions.
Because we run into that, we had to get a license for that.
Usually when there's a conditional use application and permit filled out like this, it falls into the category of something that we would typically approve. And, right, I'm not mistaken. These are our forms and they're all filled out. I think all the information is here. I think it's in the back, back area of their property. I think that's thoughtful. They've identified a need, gonna continue to develop deeper into the property. I don't have any objections to this.
This would be a recommendation to the board, right?
Mhm. Is this a permitted use in that area?
That was kind of my question. I didn't word it very well, but I would.
Yeah, I guess that would be my next question is a conditional use permit actually needed?
Is this,
Highway commercial.
is it still highway commercial?
I would think so. It's only that,
Can I steal your documents?
That deeper, I know that some of that was in question, but originally the entire property was.
So it's
Right.
6.2, but just 29 and 30.
Can you do know?
what,
Is
She
it
did the
still
work,
commercial?
it's
that
heavy commercial.
section of
Is it
6,
Yes, we have those
6.2.
the 20 acres that we purchased. We
Okay.
have those both.
You can have it back then, and I will.
Had that portion of the zone.
Well, according
Yeah.
to that, but yes, everything all the way down to Towers, commercial. And that's only on
I didn't know how far back it went.
Well, that land that previously we bought it from Al was
Monzel.
residential,
Yeah.
and then we.
Yeah, we had it zoned heavy
So
commercial.
the board
You guys.
approved that one. So that the back section is considered highway.
So it is a conditional use in highway commercial. But, I guess, so self-storage rental units is considered conditional use. Is this considered self-storage rental units? I mean, I would think that it was close enough to interpret it to be that,
Are you gonna have particular spots?
because we don't have anything that says storage of
Like state,
RV. It would be incidental to his.
They're probably gonna damage things. No,
I understand.
You'd have to
Storage.
consider
There'll be a
this.
particular, some
Yeah, we're
pop
gonna,
up says.
basically, it's gonna be like, then there's gonna be 60 to 80 feet in between.
That's
People
gonna be
can turn and
40
Yeah,
line.
and they'll say, you're in.
That's 7.8
Section A,
acres.
Permitted
two,
uses,
yeah,
most conditional uses for
and
the
number
area
three.
we're talking
Right.
about.
Then that would be
And this
their
is my
spot.
question, would it be
You know,
close enough
that
to that?
kind of,
According
we won't
to
have a spot
Here,
to see your
the
natural.
commercial only goes
Park in the
back
next
40
one, next
acres.
one.
Well, then 40
Because otherwise I would literally have to
And
be
there,
there.
yes, and they're not,
That is commercial.
and they're not even close.
And we're making it pretty affordable.
So
They're only roughly
there
$40.
because,
really is no need for even
down the lakes down there, they have a storage.
a conditional use permit.
And that's kind of what they did, is they just had it marked, across the back side. And then they had it marked for the individual spots.
Well, they had to because otherwise
You
people.
could read the
would go
intent
really
of that
diddly
section.
thinking,
Right.
and all of a sudden they park in the front and now people can't get
Which
in
is
the back.
Right.
yeah.
So they had an individual, they had like assigned spots.
No storage.
Which
So,
I'm sure I'll have a few complications in the process, but we'll get it like we all have to. The nice thing is it'll be plenty of room for people to get around
Yeah.
because
Can we have them clarify
there's a
in
shortage.
their
There's a very
application?
big shortage.
That it
These
is-
volumes are-
Well, they have the phrase.
These are-
Yeah.
All of that's written right in the first page,
Yeah.
Yes, well, but.
first and second page. I mean, they get pretty,
there's,
Well, let's say.
Well, this is
Well,
commercial.
Specifically asking for that.
There was a question at the table here. What would prevent somebody from storing like a junk car there? Or is that
Can't.
Can you
The
explain?
only thing you
how?
can park there is RVs, campers, or like job trailers, like an enclosed trailer.
Do you have a contract that says that?
We will have one well, let's put it this way.
Well, they're
I
gonna-
don't need a contract, they gotta sign a lease anyway, so.
No,
you
we
know,
would as a town, so we know what you're storing.
Yeah, we're not gonna put junk cars there.
in your application says storage of RVs, boats, seasonal outdoor.
I have no reason to put a junk car there that would make my property look horrible. And if anybody drives past my property, it only looks better by the year.
Yes, it does. I'll attest to that. I drive by it a lot, and I was, at the end of this, I was gonna say, you guys have been
I
keeping
put a lot
it
of money in a lot of
wonderful.
effort, and I work there every day.
You do. I drive by every day and I see either one of you, you're either raking gravel out of the grass or mowing or taking care of your trees or
Something.
shoring up the gravel up to the slab of the building.
Got 4 quads of new gravel.
Yeah.
So I have to say, you guys have gone over it
So, Laura,
very
like,
good.
can I just clarify your question when you said a contract? And you, I know with you and your customers, you are requiring a lease. Are you suggesting a separate document or contract with the town stating?
Not a separate one, but maybe a copy of their lease that they give to the people, then we can see what they are tied to. Would that be okay with you? You don't, I mean, by law, you don't have to, but it would, I think, go a long ways with easements of.
I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, we was tended for campers, boats, things like that. Maybe a job trailer or something, but I'm not having, you know.
And I do believe you, and I know what your facility looks like. My concern is on the back end of the next person that comes in to want to do the same
There you go.
thing.
Then they just
May
take it.
not be doing it as awesomely as you guys. So if we just get that,
Verbiage now, it takes care of that problem.
Yeah.
yep, exactly. And then everybody
I don't
would be
care.
held to that same
Standard.
standard of,
Yeah.
they must show us the lease that's going to be used and
Page 2.
what would not be allowed.
So as far as the zoning ordinance goes for highway,
It's pretty specific right there. But my question still is, why do they need a conditional use permit?
so it's not a clearly listed permitted use for highway commercial.
Oh, okay.
And I would say that under conditional uses, with one of those categories being self-storage rental units, obviously the primary thought there is that those are storage buildings. But I think that letter J of the permitted use also says other similar and compatible uses which are determined by the Plan Commission to be in accord with the purposes of this ordinance. I think it's so relatable and so it's meeting an adjacent need for these folks that are maybe even renting one of the units and they got this bigger thing. I mean, that's just it aligns very nicely with the conditional use they've already got in place. They've given us all the information we typically look for with a conditional use application. I think that suggestion is really good to cover our behinds as a plan commission, that we want to make sure it's not going to turn into a junkyard, and your lease agreement with your customers should protect you and the town from that happening. And then I think, would we be excited about it if it was the front row of their property that was going to be lined with these? Probably not. That's a different conversation. I don't think that doesn't suit their business. So I don't know. I'm still stand in the position of this should be fine. I think it's well thought out. Go for it.
The reason that I'm saying it has to be a conditional use is just the verbiage you just said. If it was out front, it would be a no-no. If it's in the back, the condition is that it's in the back.
What were they doing at what is now Steve's Plumbing, where they're renting?
Those are storage units. Those are.
Yeah, but they're advertising that they're allowing you to park your camper there.
Yeah, it's grandfather. Yeah.
So
Same with Greenways. The same with They've
So they-
been in business and they've
they
done
have
it.
had a permit forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of their business.
But I think it's good to have it be a conditional use rather than a permitted, or just a standard use, you know, we get a little bit of say.
You said this goes to the board?
Yeah.
I would make a motion to recommend approval to the town board.
You're on fire, Dan, and I'll second that.
We got a motion by Dan and a second by Adam to recommend approval of the conditional use application and permit for the proposed outdoor storage. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And there's this agreement that you move, make sure that the vehicle remains roadable. Roadworthy. It's something that you're gonna watch out for.
All right.
Dump it in there and then. nothing.
Well, I'm going to
Or you may pay on it, but.
skip item number 8 so we can table it if we have to, because Rob knows how to talk. Yeah, we're gonna move on to item number 9. Item number 9, town building updates. It's our latest and greatest update.
Okay, so for the building.
Hold on, he's gonna get order of the room first, so we can have a good conversation.
Yep. Okay, sorry.
All right, moving on. Thank you. All right.
Okay, I contacted the, structural engineer today, and she says she will be done within 3 weeks with, the engineering. I talked to Keller about getting the, bidding documents. They're debating whether they're going to do that or not. We paid them some money to do a job for us. They did not utilize all the funds. And they do make bidding documents. However, since we didn't hire them to do the architectural and the structural,
They don't want to.
they're hesitant to do it. And I said, well, that's fine. Just send back the money that, we overpaid, and then we'll find someone else to do the bidding documents. He says, well, he didn't understand how come we did it this way. It's because we were not making headway with you, and that we felt that we did want to utilize the hall. And we wanted to move forward with the thought process of the plan commission versus building a new building. So
Total semi, like partial reconstruction,
right,
partial new construction,
Yeah.
as opposed to complete
Remodel.
new construction.
Right. So that's where we are with the bidding documents. As soon as the structural engineer is done, it can go to the state, and in the meantime, we can get bidding documents made. So that's where we are. Oh, we did, Billy Joel, myself, and Paulette did meet with the bank, and it looks like everything's on track. We got really good answers, and we're looking at maybe October and November of applying for the loan and just having the money sit there, being that the interest rate is so low right now. And we only pay on what we use. So it sounded like a really good way to do business. I think that's about it. I do have to get some kind of feedback. We don't think we could be able to get the public works building started and done before winter, but we may be able to, during the winter, get the remodeling done of the hall and the inside. So, but we wouldn't be able to start until after the November election. So how does that fit with everybody here?
I'm all for inside construction being done
Moving forward.
when you want to be inside, and
Yeah.
outside construction, obviously.
It would be prudent, it would speed the project up ending.
I think we could get the new septic in and the new well, and then get the inside remodeled during the winter, and then in the spring, jump ahead and get the public works building done.
It makes sense not to have that go stagnant just
Right.
because of weather.
Right. And it's something it's inside work, so I would think that we could put that in. Okay. So that's kind of where we are.
Okay.
Well, Okay, that's all I
Alright.
have to say.
Do you have anybody here is for that
Any
agenda? item?
questions or comments
All right,
for me?
hearing none, I think that was a good update. Oh, Keller is going forward with bidding
They're gonna
documents this
get
week?
back to me.
Okay, so we don't know if they're gonna do them yet or
I
not.
do not know. I talked to him today and he said he's got to get with his board. I did not know Devin was an owner.
Okay.
So that tall young man that was here, he is an actual owner of Keller's, so he's gonna talk to his board and then get back to me next week.
Sounds good. I guess if they're willing to do what we gave them money to do, then we continue, and if not,
Give us some of our money back.
then we'll find somebody else.
I was very happy with their cooperativeness, I should say,
Yes.
whatever. I mean, they were, he was real easy to talk with.
Mhm.
So,
I just found it very, I don't know why you go in that direction and I don't know, why you just didn't hire us to do everything. I found that very off-putting.
well, I agree with you. I think we got just to a real stagnant point, and we weren't really getting anywhere.
I think we got to a point where we didn't really think we needed to build. We wanted to see if we could utilize that hall. And the only way we could have done that was to get somebody in there to look at it structurally and then.
Yeah, this is what we've done, so can't back up.
Right.
All right, thank you. Now, let's see. I'm gonna skip around here a little
Look
bit.
at you go,
Look at me.
keeping me on my toes over
I'm
here.
marking them off so I know where to go back.
Okay.
I think we should go to item number 12.
I was gonna say solar is pretty fast and sweet, but okay.
We'll come back to it. It'll be fast and sweet then.
All right.
Item number 12, Dan Diggles, 1612 Moon Court, parcel 1800 172J, potential rezoning request.
So I'd like to build a